Hello, you beautiful human beings. Welcome to Confidence Leads to Success with your host, Elif Köse, an empowering series of interviews with stories worth sharing. We delve into the insights and wisdoms of our speakers, and my guest today, Alina Albu, today is an entrepreneur, global life strategist, and personal leadership coach who is on a mission to help everyone connect with their inner power and find the courage to pursue their dreams. With her nonsense and loving approach, she guides individuals to bridge the gap in their lives, unlocking their true potential in relationships, careers, and overall lifestyle. She has lived in 9 countries. I mean, listen to this, and experienced her own transformative journey. And she's going to bring a wealth of knowledge and practical tools to help you step into your power and create meaningful transformations. And I am so excited to have this amazing woman here. I get to meet through the power of internet. And welcome, Alina.
Thank you, Elif, for having me here. Great to see
It's,
you, and
it's
thank you
so
for the
good to
introduction.
It's so good to have you here. I adore you. As you know, we have been in touch for 2 years now, and I was honored to be one of your guest speakers at your virtual event, which was so powerful. And it's all about confidence and courage. And I know you are on a mission. And I can't wait to share your wisdom with our listeners.
Yes. Me too. I'm so excited.
Well, you have been moving around and you're a real world traveler, and the change cycle is almost like an integral part of personal growth and transformation. But can you please explain how the change cycle works and why people often find themselves stuck in certain phases?
So thank you so much for the question, and this is one of my favorite topics, the change cycle. And so the first question I love to ask people is, why do you think we get stuck when in situations where we do not feel happy, where we don't feel fulfilled, where we do not feel comfortable, right? Because we all have desires, right? Like
Yeah.
if we remember that, just for 1 second, if I may, like when we are little kids, right? Like we are playing, I'm a little girl or you're a little boy, and playing with dolls, playing mom and dad, playing the doctor, playing the engineer. We have all those dreams and desires, and the world is ours. And then life happens, right? And we are grown ups, and we are facing a moment where it's like we either got stuck somewhere, we either like forgot about all those dreams, all those desires, all those like visions,
It's
the
as we
visions
get
that we
older,
have.
we almost lose our creativity, you're saying.
Yeah, it's like, so what happens, like all the trauma, all the life, all the experiences, everything like we learned, we heard, right? All the influences. And yes, we did, like we grow apart from that little kid that is full of life and joy and creativity. And and then there is a moment when we start to become aware, we start this connection with ourselves, when we start this journey of something, I want to change something. And this can be like from, I can talk about, like we can think about the simple changes that we want to make in life, right? Like simple change, like, okay, I start a master's, and I realize that I don't like this study, and I want to change it and to do something else. Or I started this career and I don't like it, or I'm in this job and I don't like it, or I'm in this relationship and it doesn't feel good. And so I talk like, first, like there are these changes that are like life change, like part of life. And then there is the part of the awakening, when we start to okay, look after ourselves again, be in search of the soul, be in search of the who we were one time. But we are, like, I think that we are not really taught that, oh, that was the pure you when you were a kid. No, because when you were a kid, you were not good enough. You had to follow. This was not good. This, that.
There is a lot of conditionings as we grow up. We have got that societal pressure of how do we supposed to behave in a certain way so we fit in. And especially I, as an immigrant who lives in the UK, a Turkish girl who comes here with a suitcase, I know exactly what you're trying to say. But to me, I felt I didn't belong to where I came from, Turkey. Then I just removed myself from there, was courageous enough to move away from it. Then I ended up being here and trying to fit in to be accepted. So what you're saying is so powerful, to finding you, going inside and finding that inner you and what that child would have wanted. No matter what mommy and daddy says or teacher says, there would always be that cheeky boy or a girl trying to create the play, the game, the identity they want, with no worries, that no pressure. They're just kid, the purity.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see it. I mean, I'm curious about how you see it, but I do see like life as a journey to go back to who I am. No,
Hmm.
it's like, it feels almost like we are the source, we are
Yeah.
who we are, right? And we are born, and we have the confidence, and we have the worth, and we have the love and light and
Yeah.
everything. And I'm not talking about the cycle yet. I'm aware of it. And then we grow. We are the adult, and there is this gap, right, between who we were and who we became. So to me, it's almost like finding back myself, like going back through the journey of discovering who I truly am, like at core.
Yeah, it's I always say, just know what do you want. If you don't have if you don't have what you want in life, it's most likely you don't know what it is. So get
Absolutely,
clarity
absolutely.
of what do you want exactly, without any identities that you adopted, like any titles that you've been given or taken by yourself. When you peel it all off away from yourself, and as you are, as a pure, as almost like that newborn baby, who are you and what do you want? This is very,
Yeah,
very simple yet very um, deep questions. The answer will take you out of your stuck feeling.
absolutely.
But
So
getting unstuck is a significant challenge for many individuals, especially
yeah,
if they are seeking that personal or professional growth. So I know you're going to talk about the cycle again, but could you please share like what strategies or techniques that could help them to get out of their limitations and move them forward to their journey?
yeah, sure. So going back like to so okay, I'm going to answer your question by giving you, like, first of all, like, two reasons. So what are the reasons why people get stuck? So first of all, as I was saying, that we go back, like we grow, and then trauma happens, and life happens, and experiences happen, right? And instead of keeping on dreaming and executing our dreams, right, taking actions, we talk ourselves like out of our dreams and go into the logic, right, like into the safety, into the I am afraid of taking decisions or making steps. Like, for instance, like you stepped forward and you made that move, right? Or I stepped forward and I moved from Romania, but whatever. But and then what happens? Like, we start to have all kind of thinking around what we want, right? Like women thinking that they cannot be entrepreneurs because they are single moms, or because they don't have the studies. I have someone who I deeply love who's stuck into this thinking of, I don't have the studies and I have 2 kids.
The limitations that they have in their mind.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, I'm not going to move. So she's in a toxic relationship for quite some time. So I'm not going to move from this toxic relationship because I will be with 2 kids who will want me, right? Because I will not be able to make the money because I don't have the studies. Now she has the job, and she's still like with the limitation. So what's happening here, to go back to your question, is first of all, people do not, one of the reasons people get stuck is because they do not want to be honest with themselves. Lack of honesty. It's what you were saying, like having that courage to be like, okay, what do I really want? Right? And they make it okay when it's not okay. So if I am not willing to look at what is not working, where I am, where I'm going, there is no way I can fix it. You can't go anywhere and break through anything if you are not willing to look at, okay, where am I stuck? Okay, I'm stuck. This is always when my clients say, oh, I'm stuck, I'm like, where you are not taking action. Where you're not taking action. Because if you're stuck, it's because you don't take action. So
Yeah.
this is first thing, having this courage and of looking for the clarity, self-honesty. And then the second thing is that the resistance, right? Like conscious or unconscious resistance. So what is the resistance? Is anything that holds people back from moving forward. And
Is
there,
it? See, this is a really good point you're making, because I see that, I hear that from a lot of friends and a lot of the people I work with. It's the similar patterns that I keep like seeing. It's like almost a pattern that comes to them. What would you say the reason? Like, what is this pattern keeps repeating in people's life? What is it that they need to remove so they can actually act on it? Because the awareness, one step of growth.
yeah.
Most people would say, yes, I'm aware I shouldn't eat carbs after 5. I shouldn't do this. Like, awareness is there, but how could this same person take it to action? What is the scarcity between knowingness and doing? What is that, do you think, that holds them back?
So yeah, there are two things here. One is like when I call what I call resistance is any limitation, right? Like any limitation that holds you back, like any limiting belief, like either if it can be fear, it can be like the worthiness story, that I'm not worthy, that I can't, that I'm a single mom, that I've never done this, what if I fail,
These are
whatever.
excuses. These are excuses in my case.
So yeah, so this is like one thing, all this discourse that this is always the resistance. And the thing is that bigger the goal, bigger the change, bigger the resistance. So what happens is there's resistance has as underneath resistance is the trauma. And if you want to get to to break through that resistance, there are two ways to do it. So one way is to go to the root, and this is the way where you do the transformation process. You go through a transformation process to find the root of the problem, because it's never about the procrastination. The
There's
procrastination
always
is,
a root cause of it.
yeah, it's never like I'm a perfectionist. I told, like, last week I had one of the group calls with my clients, and I said, you know what, I would not hire a perfectionist. Why? Because when you tell me you're a perfectionist, what are you telling me? You tell me that you are slow. You tell me that you don't trust yourself. You tell me that you will cost a lot, time, money, blah, blah, blah. And it's, like, it's, let's stop the bullshit about I'm a perfectionist. No, you're not. Stop telling yourself that. You are not. This is the label that you are putting on yourself. Stop. So one thing, go to the root and stop labeling yourself that I'm a procrastinator. I'm not good enough. I'm not. Stop doing that. Who do you want to, who are you truly? Who are you truly? When you get off this mask of I'm a procrastinator, who you really are, because you are powerful.
Yeah.
You have skills, you have talents, you have gifts. Show up, be you.
Yeah.
Right?
Beautiful.
So this is one thing that I say, like, go understand who you are and why you are using all these masks that are stopping you from being in your power. This is first step. Second step, go do the things that you want to do, take action. Like today, like, what is one thing that I've been procrastinating? What is one thing that I've been wanting to do? Like going to the gym, maybe. Go, just go. Stop the excuses, just do it. And this is how you build confidence. This is how you build self-trust, not by breaking your word again and again and again. Right? So
Yeah.
did this answer your question?
Yes, it is. It's going to definitely make people who are listening think of what is it stopping them. It's like you are the only one who could get to the root cause of it by like, what is it, the emotion that triggers in me when I have this? What is the fear and the scarcity around this next step I keep procrastinate to take? It's like going to the root cause of what you do is is going to take you to the growth that you want. So, I mean, I love talking to you, and your experience in this transformative world is incredible, and you're a true leadership coach. But before I wrap this conversation, I want to leave the listeners actually with like how will you harness your inner power and take bold steps towards pursuing your dreams? It's like this question is I feel that will make them like make you the listeners feel okay, what is that? How will I harness this? How will I take my inner power? It is really important to get inside because as a confidence coach myself, who comes from 15 years of being a fashion designer, and I still am running my business, Beautiful Clothes and Designs each year, I work with outer confidence, and I realize that it's only the one piece of the puzzle. You know, you are so right when you say going in. It's because when you don't fix what's inside you, the outer will only take you to few steps and then you will feel stuck again. So to get unstuck, you really have to ask yourself these inner questions so that you can move forward. So what would you like to leave our listeners with?
So yeah, first thing that I would like to reiterate is be honest to yourself. Just be honest. And a lot of times, again, when we say that we are stuck, is because either we are not taking action, either we know what we need to do, but we don't like it. So my first, yeah, what I want to leave here with you today is be honest. You don't you don't lie to anybody but to yourself, right? And that's the worst thing that you can do to your confidence. So because this series is all about confidence, and I assume that you are here because you want to increase your confidence. Like, be honest to yourself, be in integrity with yourself. If you are not in integrity with yourself, how can you expect other people to be, and how can you expect to have what you want if you are not in integrity with yourself? And the second piece is um, look inside, because when you look inside, your outside will become brighter when you look inside and you release the weight that you have, you like emotional weight, right? Like your face is going to expand, your bright energy is going to expand, your light will expand. So your look will always like be also like a reflection of your inside, right? Because
Beautiful.
you can also have someone, okay, I'm going sideways now, but you can also have someone who's beautiful, like a beautiful doll, and then you see the sadness in their eyes,
Yeah.
right? So you don't have to have that because you are pure light. So go back to your
Yeah.
light. And third thing, it's my gift. It's my gift
Yeah.
for this series, and it's a 5 steps guide to achieve anything you want, and it's going to lead you through 5 stages so that you can get clarity on what you want and look at those blockages and release and go into action. And this is like,
Amazing.
yes,
What a gift. Thank you.
yes, you will share the link. So I invite you
Yes.
to download it and to do all the exercises.
Yes, we will put all these all the links and information about Alina. If you want to contact her, get to know her more, and work with her under her amazing leadership, I highly recommend you. She is incredible. I'm so honored to know her, call her a friend, and have her in these series. I'm so grateful for you, Alina. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, everyone, thank you so much for joining. As you can tell, we love talking and we love sharing anything to empower you to have that inner and outer confidence to move yourself forward. And I hope that you were inspired with these wonderful conversations and you will continue working on your dreams so you can have happy, fulfilling, joyful life. Until next time, goodbye.